Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me get these shares handled, put together. And we're gonna get everything going. And welcome to DeLuLu Land Live. I'm your host, Uncle Rice. I hope everybody's enjoying the night so far. I definitely am. Just wanted to make sure I popped in and locked in with my people on Facebook. Just got done with my TikTok video. So welcome to all my people on YouTube, all my folks on Facebook. If you are enjoying your day so far, make sure you drop a 1 in the chat, drop your city in the chat so I can show a little love, introduce yourself. And if you are enjoying the DeLuLu Land vibes, don't hesitate to follow the page. And if you have already followed the page, hey, don't hesitate to subscribe. It's cheaper than that cup of coffee that you left on your desk today that you didn't even finish. And you might even get something out of it. I appreciate everybody being with us today. Make sure you drop your city in the comments. As you know, if you know me, I'm representing Chi-Town, always, by way of Houston, but got love for everybody. So welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate y'all. It's a beautiful day so far out here in Chi-Town. The snow is melting. I hope everybody's enjoying their vibe. We got a great show tonight. Got some topics, got a video that's going viral right now on the page. So we are going to talk about it right here. Because I see a lot of people got different ideas about it and different opinions. So we gonna jump on those. What's up, Niles? What's up? I appreciate you being here with us. I'm going to cut the music down and we going to get right to it because as you know, here comes the bullshit. I am always going to bring the DeLuLu. So, first topic, let me turn this off. First topic has to do with the video that dropped today. I'm sure you probably saw it. And it's the video about the young lady who doesn't understand why the relationship has changed between her and the man she co-parents with. What's up, Chelsea? Glad to see you too. Now, Chi-Town, represent my city. I appreciate you. I might have owned the Toronto Raptors, but it's Chi-Town in my heart. I would run in and change into my Bulls, but I'm not. Hey, no doubt, Florida Day Tribe, I appreciate you. And what you say, Bwala? Here comes the bullshit. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to launch. Let's listen to this young lady, and then we going to unbox this together. Michigan in the building. I see you, Miss Lomax. Let's get started.
Before my kid's dad had an angry little girlfriend, we were hanging out, we were doing co-parent things together, we were actually spending time both with the kids, having fun. During drop-offs, we would hug, we would laugh, we would talk. When the kids went to his house and he lived a couple hours away, I'd spend the night at his house if I was driving the kids all the way up. Or if I was picking the kids up, I'd sleep there. And vice versa. However, the moment that he got a girlfriend, everything changed. And obviously, I'm not stupid. I know when somebody gets a boyfriend, they're going to change, or when somebody gets a girlfriend, they're going to change. But I feel like your co-parent relationship should always be like this because it's not about you or who you date, it's about those kids. And the fact that our co-parent relationship changed so fucking drastically to the point where both going through a now custody battle is insane to me because literally last year, this was not our.
So, my question to you is this. Are you okay with the person you're with their baby mama or their baby daddy, spending the night with them? Are you okay? What's up, SBF Meech in the building? Are you okay? Let's say you're in a relationship with a person that has a child. Y'all don't live together. And you call her up and say, hey, what you doing? I was thinking about stopping by. Well, you know, Charles is here tonight, little Charles's father, and he gonna spend the night. Would you be okay with little Charles's daddy spending the night? Or ladies, would you be okay with little Charles's mama spending the night with the man that you're with? What up to my people out there in Vermont? Antonio in the building. Would you be okay with that? I see that, Chuck. I wouldn't be okay with that. This is the DeLuLu logic to me. And I'll tell you why. And I had a guy that He gave me some pushback on this in the comments, and I appreciate him, my man John. But he said, well, you know what? I broke up with a woman because she wouldn't respect the fact that I'm going to let my baby mama sleep at my house. Look, I understand co-parenting is important. I understand that having a positive relationship with the person you co-parent with is important. But thinking that it's cool for you to spend the night at my lady's house is DeLuLu logic. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you agree with that? You're not about to utilize the situation of you having a child in order to get up around the woman that I'm with under the guise that you chilling with your kids. Hey, good to see you too, Meech. Now say she crazy. Tina said absolutely not. Chelsea say they act like co-parenting is a relationship status. It's a no for me. I agree with you to the fullest because you got people that genuinely believe that it's okay. And how that can be okay, she want to play house. How that can be okay is mind-blowing to me. Because look, when a new relationship starts, there's always going to be changes to the relationship that you had co-parenting. And I know a lot of people don't like to deal with it. Happy New Year, Lincoln. I know a lot of people like to say, oh, no, you know what? No, she brand new. We gonna keep on doing what we've been doing. Bullshit. That's not how it works. You can't think that you can still have the same relationship that you had before that man or that woman had before they got a boyfriend. Of course, you could go over there when you wanted to then, but guys, think about this. You put in your time, you put in your energy, you put in your effort into this woman. You are doing your best to fill whatever role you can fill in that household while you're dealing with her. No, you don't live there, but damn, you gonna let your baby daddy spend the night? Because he said, like she said, let's just use her for instance. She says she spends the night because, hey, I dropped the kids off. The excuse probably is it was too far. Happy New Year to you too, Gerald. That's not a good enough excuse, baby. Get a hotel. Make arrangements. Drop the baby off earlier. Terry say that's why you leave those single mothers alone. Too much trouble. And Terry, I'll say this. I don't think a single mother is any more trouble than a woman without kids if they both are not ready to be in a relationship. A single mama that really want a man ain't gonna let her baby father spend the night there. A single mother, a single father that really wants a woman, he ain't about to let his baby mama lay up at his house. He knows that's gonna be friction. It seems like some people genuinely believe that having friction with the person they love is more important than telling your baby mama, no, hell no, you can't stay here. And if you don't like it, that's on you. Stay at the hotel or plan to drop our baby off earlier. This is an example of how a woman or man will try to control your relationship long distance by remote control. See, she know you the new woman in the relationship. She don't give a shit about respecting you. She remembers she used to lay down with that man you with. Same difference, guys. Dude don't care about violating your relationship. He figured he got more ownership over her than you. Why? Because they got kids. And unless she lays it flat to that man, which some women do. See, I'm not the dude that's going to jump on here and say all women the same. Y'all know that. That's not how Uncle Rice work. That's DeLuLu logic to think that. But what's even more DeLuLu is her thinking she going to be laid up inside the house while they arguing. And look at dude. He's standing there like, it's what we always used to do. This is when leadership comes in and ladies say, well, I can't be with this man because he don't lead. Part of leadership is being able to control your own circle and your environment you created before you got with that woman or that man. I don't want to open up a sandwich. I don't want to open a Big Mac up. I don't even eat them, but hey, I don't want to open one up and it's got a bite out of it already. He shouldn't be spending the night there. Your kid's mother or father should not be spending the night at your house. If you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, do whatever you want to do. Have at it. And you're right, Tina, it's disrespectful. But respect is something that you have to earn early. You have to lay firm boundaries. See, this is a conversation that many people think that, well, she should know that already. He should know that already. But do they? How was their life growing up? Did they see mama subjugating daddy? Did they see pops acting a certain way? You got to think about that. Scott said, keep the kids put up until you know the other person is even worth it. Hell no, don't try to slip it in using the kids. And many times that's what happens. Just like this is something a lot of people don't talk about. When a single woman sees a single father who is struggling as a father and he going through it like a single mother does, some single women prey on those men. Ooh, he need a woman in his life. It's like when a man's wife passes away. I promise you this. Let the preacher's wife pass away and see how many of them women in that church be on him. Let the doctor's wife pass away and see how many of those same women that used to speak to her every day be bringing him casserole dishes and shit. I'll never forget when my wife had her stroke, how nice everybody seemed to be after that time because we didn't know what was going to happen with my wife. And guess what happened as soon as they found out that she was getting better? The casseroles stopped. Wasn't no more casseroles. Wasn't nobody bringing nothing. Wasn't nobody dropping off nothing. Because you know why? That man ain't available no more. What up, Juan? I appreciate you coming in, brother. Always. Exactly, 100%. Making arrangements is paramount. It takes out the equation of it takes out the equation of the kids and the kids' parents. We got to understand something. When a person then had a child with you, that's a sacred thing, although nowadays a lot of people try to make it seem like it's not. Some people feel like they always are going to have a part of the person they had a child with. Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. If you got kids and you didn't have a baby daddy or a baby mama or a child's parent, whatever you call them in your household, if you've had one that figured you got a little bit more access to you since y'all got a baby, or she think he ain't gonna act too crazy because he know I'm his kid's mother. Drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever experienced that, or if you've ever known anybody that has went through that. I know people go through it right now. Right now. See it every single day. Get an inbox at least once a day from a brother going through it or a young lady going through it. And the fact of the matter is, you have to do the job. You have to be the one to make those folks know that, hey, look, you can't come around here no more. You could come around and visit your kids, but all this laying up in my house, that shit ain't happening no more. Look here, little Donnie. I understand Donnie, your son, but you're not going to be coming around here laying up. You don't have access no more. What up, Cleveland, Ohio, in the house? What's good, Richie? Appreciate you, brother. We have to understand when DeLuLu logic is in our face. Understand when I talk about these videos, it's not to disparage anybody. It's to point out situations and subjects that happen that people like to gloss over. When we talk about why people ain't in relationships, it's shit like this. Next question. Can your kids be one of the reasons why you single? Can your kids be one of the reasons why you single? I want y'all to chew on that for a second, just for a second, because I gotta present something to y'all, and it's the reason I'm doing it. So just stay with me for a minute, folks, please. I appreciate you, because I think this one is tying right into that. So give me a moment, and while you there watching, make sure you tap that screen. Let's make sure we on the algorithm, because Uncle Rice got one for you. I'm gonna take you back. You might not have ever seen this one. You may have never seen this one, but I promise you, this is a scene from a movie that I watched last night that I'm sure you probably haven't seen, but I want you to check it out. And this is a movie that you probably haven't seen because it's starring Gary Coleman, Cicely Tyson, and Ron O'Neal, who played Superfly. But this is an example of how a person's child can be keeping them single. Let's go.
Taking your mother out tonight.
My mother is not going out with you.
I think I'll let her tell me that, son.
Hey, I'm not your son, and I'll never be your son. And I don't appreciate you in here walking in on my real father. You're not gonna... No. Hey, Mom, what is the matter with you? Are you crazy? Go. You're crazy. I wish my real father was here.
Maybe we should
I'm sorry.
go out.
I'm sorry.
Have y'all ever seen that movie right there? Have y'all ever seen that movie? What up, Angel? Shout out to my people in Montana. That movie is called Playing with Fire. If you've never seen that scene before, let me set it up for you. What up, Alaska in the building? I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. That's Jan. I appreciate you, Jan. So, in Playing with Fire, Cicely Tyson was Gary Coleman's mother. Ron O'Neal was the father. They were going through marital problems, and their son was wilding out. So Ron O'Neal wasn't living in the house at the time, and this guy, Cicely Tyson, finally decided to go out on a date. And this guy comes to pick her up, and this is what you
Take your
get.
mother out tonight.
My mother is not going out with you.
I think I'll let her tell me that, son.
Hey, I'm not your son, and I'll never be your son. And I don't appreciate you in here walking in on my real father. You're not gonna... No. Hey, Mom, what is the matter with you? Are you crazy? Go. You're crazy. I wish my real father was here.
Maybe we should
I'm sorry.
go out.
I'm sorry.
Let me just say that. Let me just say this. I would show her ass taillights and tailpipes. Look, I don't understand how you continue a date after you knock on the door and her son runs to the door and tells you that you ain't going out with my mama. You ain't my real daddy. I wish my real father was here. Can your kids and the way they behave and how you parent keep you single? Drop a 1 in the chat if you think they can. Drop a 2 in the chat if you don't think they can. I genuinely think that it is very possible that when you are dealing with a person and they finally encounter you around your children, if they get to that point, but if they do, imagine their reaction. How would you have reacted? I'm just curious because maybe I'm just one-sided on this. How would you have handled this if you were the man at the door and if you're a mother or a father? How would you have handled this if your child acted like that? Flag on the play. How would you have acted? Exactly. Hey, Chelsea. Because you're not about to run up to the, first of all, in my household, kids don't answer the front door. I don't know about y'all, but in my household, kids don't answer the front door. Hell, you ain't even going in that refrigerator too many times without me knowing why you hanging around in the refrigerators. Got penguins and shit walking around in the kitchen because you got the refrigerator or the freezer door gap wide open all day. Modern day equivalent would be, are we there yet? With a bit of Ice Cube. And that probably is a modern day equivalent, but you know I'm old school like a 7-deuce Chevy with the roof removed. Now, Gerald said there are variables. Gerald, I'm going to say it like this, and there probably are. There probably are. But Gerald, ain't no way in the hell I'm taking that woman out. I'm not taking her out if she don't even have no control over her kids. If I see that, one, why is he reacting like this? I mean, you and daddy still messing around? What's happening here? That's muddy in the water. Okay, have you ever, some of y'all been and you've bought a car lately, if you went to buy a used car, you know most car lots have the used cars that are being traded in before they get cleaned up. They're sitting probably at a back fence somewhere or maybe at another lot, right? But if you thirsty enough, you can buy one of those cars that's sitting on the back of the lot. They're not cleaned out or anything. And they'll sell it to you as is because they haven't even inspected it. This is what happens when a man or a woman is trying to date somebody that's fresh out of a long-term relationship, kids involved, and everything else. It's literally like you're trying to buy that car and it's still Jack in the Box wrappers and all types of shit all over the floor. The car ain't been through inspection. The woman hasn't healed. You got to heal before you deal. You have to heal before you deal. It's like you're buying the product and the product isn't even inspected. Ain't no way your son's supposed to run to the door acting like that. I don't care if he don't want me to take his mama out. He should have more respect for his mother. She should have instilled enough respect in him where he's not going to come at an adult like that. Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. That says a lot about the parenting of that person if their child is willing to move like that. Am I wrong? Let me know I'm wrong in the chat if you think I am. And if you believe I'm right, drop a 1 in the chat. I'm going to keep on going. I had to show y'all that. I don't own the rights to that. Hey, don't get mad at me, Facebook, but it's part of this process. I want my people to see exactly what I'm talking about. Jan said, obviously, there's still emotions need to be addressed with the kid. In my house, no kid of mine would be talking like that to anyone. Those kids needed to be disciplined long before now. Facts. Paulina say, I agree with you on don't know kids answer the door and they don't have no business opening their mouth for whatever reason it is. And hell no, I won't be taking that mother out. And it's not because she's a single mother at all. It's because, baby, you got a lot of shit going on. You got a lot of things going on in your life that you might need to handle before you start thinking about bringing me into it. Your son done rushed the door like he the bouncer. And I'm trying to get in without paying the door cover charge. Hey, mine would never either. And mine is grown, but when mine was kids, that was not going to happen. What you say, Chelsea? BTA. You're not about to pull that one on me. Because you could try it. But just know, if it don't come out good for you, it's all your fault. You might need to call Ghostbusters on that one, because I'm going to come at you. All right. So, next topic. Got a young lady here, and she has an opinion about guys that sometimes say negative things about the woman that they have kids with. Let's hear what she has to say.
I don't know what deadbeat bum has to hear this, but stop going around telling people that the mother of your child is a horrible person, is bitter, is a bad mom, is this and that. Yet she's raising the child alone. She's the one doing the raising, not you. So she can't be that bad. You are full of shit. You just want somebody to blame for all your problems. It's not her fault that your life sucks. The reason why your life sucks is because you're making piss poor decisions. You are irresponsible. You need to grow up. Your child's going to grow up one day and they're going to see who the problem was. You're not going to be able to bullshit your kid. And I can guarantee you that when your kid is grown and you look them in the eyes and you blame the one person that was always there, the one person that raised them, it's not going to go over well.
Flag on the play. Let's talk about this one, because first and foremost, just because you the person that's at home with the child does not mean that you cannot be a bitter person, a bad parent, or a bad person in general. That has nothing to do with none of that, honey. So the whole thing about, oh yeah, well, your life is so miserable, I think that's projection. And I think that you are hoping that his life is miserable. And the fact is, when the kids grow up, what they're going to side with is the truth. Unless you done brainwashed them to the point where they don't listen to truth anymore, they only listen to you. And that being the case, hey, it ain't nothing he could do about it no way. Sometimes, guys, if you realize beforehand, before you have a child and put a woman like this in your life, do yourself a favor and move far, far away and show her ass taillights and tailpipes. You can't allow a person to try to make you the villain, although you'll be the villain in her book anyway, but you can't allow yourself to let these type of words get you down. Ladies, even if the role is reversed and he has custody of them kids, because the fact of the matter is, just because you mama doesn't make you right. And just because you daddy doesn't make you right. You still have to move with respect and you still have to move properly in the situation. You can't say that man's life miserable just because he's not with you. And you can't judge how your kids is going to see their father. This is what I talk about all the time when I say that you have, and we got to be honest here. Most of the time, the custodial parent is a woman. That is the mother. Drop a one in the chat if you agree with that. Most of the time. And that being the case, when I speak on these situations, it's not me just pointing my finger at moms, but if 80% of the kids are going home with mom, then we got to look at it for what it is. And the fact of the matter is, look, you made decisions like he did. You had kids with that man like he had kids with you. Neither one of y'all need to be bad-mouthing each other all the time because it's bad for the kids. But as a mother, you don't get to say how he's going to parent. I've seen mothers cut men out of their child's life because she said he inconsistent. He too inconsistent. He only come over sometime. He don't come over when he's supposed to. Honey, that's still their father, and he still, and those kids deserve to see that man on whatever time that man has. They can't see who their father really is if you bolting the door and making it where he can't see those kids at all just because he don't show up when you want him to show up. Chelsea say facts. The fact that she made that video says a lot. It does. It does. Because let me read Donnie's comment real quick. The situations that way become of women like that more often than the man these days, unfortunately. And the truth of it is, wait a minute, let me see what Juan said. I think what it is, Rice, is when some sons see their moms going through that SH, they feel that it's their role to be the protector without the mom's approval of the mom. But most moms won't do anything about it because it's what they've been through. You know what? And just to pop in on what you said on that, bro, I know that's how it go, but we got to stop charging our sons to be son husbands. Just like daddy, fathers, single fathers with daughters. We got to stop having our daughters thinking they the woman of the house, got them cooking at 14. She can make a roast. 14 years old, doing all the things that mama used to do. And don't deny it, there's plenty of fathers that do it. And I know it does teach her skills, but she's not the woman of the house. She's still a girl. He's not the man of the house. He's still a boy. He don't have no business running to the front door telling nobody nothing. Just like a mom don't have no business saying, you can't come around because you won't come around when I want you to. Just like if a father's the custodial parent, he don't have no business saying, you can't come around just because you're not the mother that I want you to be. We got to get rid of all of the DeLuLu logic and the Disneyland mindset of thinking that you can still control people, just like the woman who want to spend the night at her baby daddy's house, thinking you could still control a person because you had a child with them. That is not your place. You blocking your child's blessing. That one day he comes to see that child a week instead of them 5 days you want. That one day he could teach that child something that saves that child's life or even motivates that child to be the best person they could be in life. You're taking that away from them because you're mad because your Disneyland portrait has mud on it. Next topic. You know, it's a saying that go around now in 2026. I mean, people probably been saying it before that, but it's a saying that's been going around for a while now. What he won't do, another man will. I'm sure you've heard that. Before I get to that, Gerald said precisely, the importance is the welfare, well-being of the kids, and the parents should not be back and forth with bad talk. In fact, if the mother is the custodial parent, if she suffers from narcissistic tendencies, she will do vindictive things and make decisions that hurt the father from seeing and spending time with the kids. I know, bro. I know. Facts. So, what he won't do, another man will. Bow. DeLuLu logic. We have Carl here. Nice man. Carl looks like he's in his late 60s, maybe early 70s. We got Tisha here that looks like she's all of 30, 35. Well, with the makeup, you really can't tell nowadays, but let's just say 35. Then we got Tisha's ex, Pierre. Pierre couldn't buy Tisha all them things she wanted. Little Pierre Jr. back there watching how mama move about it, because Pierre is watching the baby while Tisha goes out with Mr. Carl. Let me ask you a question, guys. Are you okay with babysitting while your baby mama goes out and potentially gets cracked like a glow stick? Are you okay with babysitting? Are you okay with babysitting while your baby mama goes out with another man? I live in Africa, so it's like 3 a.m. Hey, good night, Chuck. I appreciate you, bruh. Shout out to all my brothers out there in Africa and all my sisters. Enjoy your night. Get you some sleep. Come on, check out some more tomorrow. I appreciate you, Mike. Enjoy your night. Would you babysit? It's a hard question to ask the ladies. And ladies, I'll ask you too. Would you babysit so your ex can go out with another woman? And guys, would you? Have you? Are you okay with that? And how soon after the breakup would you be okay with doing that? Curious. Turn on a little lo-fi. Let a little thinking music be out. A little thinking music. Would you be okay with that? Mr. Carl going out with Tisha. DeLuLu logic. Mr. Carl just trying to get in where he can fit in. Can't be mad at Mr. Carl. Should Pierre be upset with Mr. Carl? Should Pierre be upset with Tisha? Gerald say, nope. It's not babysitting, it's spending time with your kids. I can dig that, Donna. I can dig that. I don't know, though. That's a good question, because if you ask me, real dads don't babysit. And I understand that. I just want to. The question was, one, would you be okay with watching your baby while your ex-girlfriend, your kid's mother, goes out with Mr. Carl? But if a parent can babysit, since my kids live with me, I'm sure I babysit through many glow stick meetups. I feel that. You know, you always coming up with a smart answer. I don't know if I did, bro. I may have. I don't know. At least I know what my kids were saying. If she's an ex, take a chance. I wouldn't have a problem with it because it's my child, plus he's my ex. I'm just waiting for, well, my mans did tell the truth. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Now it's not babysitting and I can see my kids anytime. But I ain't going to make that shit no easier for you. I know maybe I'm not just the mayor of DeLuLu land. Maybe I'm the mayor of Pettyville too. But I'm going to be real with you. Do that shit on your own time. Because if we got a visitation schedule, I'm not going, yeah. If we got a visitation schedule, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I'm going to take time out of my day or my night so you could go count ceiling tiles. Arrangements have to be made, arrangements to have my son with me, whether she's going out or not, it'd be a yes. I feel you, Gerald. Yeah, that's none of my business once I stop sleeping with her. But we all know that sometimes y'all still dibbling and dabbling. So if, let's just say it's not your night to have the baby. It's not your night to be with your child. And she call you up and say, oh, you want to keep little Pierre tonight? Because me and Mr. Carl going out tonight. I'm just asking. I'm not saying what should be done and what shouldn't be done. I'm not perfect. Never tried to act like I am. Some shit I'm not doing. That's just me personally. I really wouldn't have a problem with that just because we are in life. We have an agreement, co-parenting. But what I will do is if I see the man taking my ex down the wrong road, I will say something and I express my concerns. Now, let me ask you a question on that. Let's say your ex is dealing with a new guy or your ex is dealing with a new woman. Is that your business to say something to your ex about the person they're dealing with? You know, I think she's leading you down the wrong road. I don't think you should be with her. I don't think she good. I don't think she should be around little Junior. Or ladies, how would you accept it if your ex came to you and said, you need to leave your boyfriend alone? I don't think he's a good dude and I really don't want him around my kids. Would you leave a good man or woman alone? Let's go down this road because everybody say they babysitting. So cool. A man doesn't want to watch the kids because they BM could be getting cracked. Is that bitter baby daddy behavior? Probably. Chelsea, it probably is. Either that or he just being petty and don't want to do it. Because see, sometimes it ain't bitter. Sometimes you just don't like that person. Let's be real. Some people got kids by people that now they don't like. For some people, their child's father is their arch nemesis. For some men, their child's mother is their arch enemy. Can we be honest on that? I mean, we see more videos talking about how the lady don't rock with her baby daddy than we do videos about how she love him and how he the best person on earth. Actually, it kind of is because I've actually did that with my ex and the current dude she was talking to, taking her down the wrong path, and I seen it. I said something and surprisingly, he was accepted and did something about it and ended the register. Now, this is my thing. I don't know if I would give my ex the room to come to me and tell me anything about the person I'm with. What about y'all? Is that cool? Y'all, would you be okay with that? And Juan, I'm not knocking what you're saying, but it makes for good conversation. Brian said that's an opinion that anyone could share, but the reality is that you can't control who she's with like she can't control who you with. The only thing that matters is the child's safety and well-being, which is true. And let's be honest here. I'm going to ride with Brian on this. Let's be honest, Brian. Sometimes especially if you're dealing with a woman whose boyfriend is a hater, he gonna come and tell her not to deal with you no way. And if his baby mama is a hater, ladies, she gonna go to him on the slide and tell him why he shouldn't be dealing with you no way. Well, you know she was messing around with woo, woo, woo. So don't get me wrong, Juan. If that helped out overall with your ex, your child, and the family, then hey, shout out to you, man. You did the right thing. But I'm just saying that I don't feel like it's your baby mama or baby daddy's business to come to you and tell you anything about the woman or man that you date. I don't see how, you're not going to come to me and tell me, oh, yeah, you need to leave her alone. Because I'm probably not going to listen. Pauline said, I agree with Brian. Agree, Brian. Because the truth is, and let me just read that back again. Brian, I want to make sure I highlight that. Brian said, that's opinion that anyone can share, but the reality is that you can't control who she's with like she can't control who you with. The only thing that matters is the safety and the well-being of the child. And so many times that get put on the back burner. So many times that goes on the back burner. So many times. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it is about the child. And yeah, that is the most important thing. But when feelings get involved, if it was all about the child, you wouldn't be keeping the man away from the child just because he won't come over when you want him to come over. Just because he don't see the baby as much as you want him to see the baby. If it was all about the child. So we got to admit, a lot of it don't be about the child. A lot of it be about the parents' personal feelings. Whether it's the hurt that's still there from them breaking up, or it's the grudge that they hold because they figured, damn, now she getting everything that I should have been getting. But I made a few bad decisions and now I fumbled. See, people don't accept fumbling the ball like they do being fumbled, as they say. You don't hear many times people say, yeah, I fucked up, man. I really messed up. I should be with her. I played myself out. You don't hear men saying that. Just like you definitely don't hear women saying, you know what, girl? I was so dumb. I shouldn't have done it. You don't hear that much. Because accountability is like kryptonite to the DeLuLu Delilahs. It's like trying to feed Superman a kryptonite sandwich. You trying to give Dracula a Big Mac with garlic on it. You're trying to put a vampire in front of a mirror when you're trying to give somebody or show somebody they should take accountability when that's something they never were taught and never had to do. And many times, unfortunately, these people we had kids by. All right, Chelsea said, I want to hear some of his reasons because he might see something I don't, or might just be on some hating shit. So I'd want to know his motives for telling me. But I probably wouldn't just accept that advice. Donnie say, I held back on saying anything about the string of dudes she got with, especially down the road. But to be honest, with what transpired after she passed, maybe I shouldn't have. When the last guy was caught trying to groom the kid, yeah. And he was around the daughter. I could dig that, bro. But the question is it our business? And I know it is in a way because we got kids with them. But is it our business? That's her business, who she sees. Just maintain protection of the kids. Accountability is paramount. Because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, if the guy's that bad and too much go on, if I want to be a true active father, I'm going to take my kids. So it's a double-edged sword in that way, I feel. And I'm not one, once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. So, yeah, I'm going to protect the kids as much as I can at all times. But when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Look, after a while, They stop introducing you to the men that they dealing with. Let's be honest here. They stop introducing you to the woman they're gonna deal with. Because for every one man that you might have met that woman introduced you to, how many men do you think she dealt with? You think you meeting every man that get the cheeks? You think you meeting every man that get the layup at her house? You think you meeting every woman that man is messing around with or them brought around them kids? I don't think you are. Unless you think you got Honest Abe for a baby daddy or Mother Teresa, one or the other, I don't know. Well, let me not use her because last time I did that, folks jumped in there like, do you really know anything about her? So I ain't even going to use that name. But unless you think you dating Laura Ingalls off Little House on the Prairie, and that's who you think you got kids with, most times you're not going to know everything she doing, and you're not going to know every man that she's stretching out for. It's just that simple. But it goes all the way back to the original point. Can your kids be keeping you single? And what can you do to prevent that? Of course, we always got to sew it up before I get out of here. Things you can do to prevent that. 1, your kids should be in order already before you start dating. I get it. They're going through things. They father not there no more. Hey, shout out to you, Gerald. I appreciate you. We about to end up anyway. I appreciate you. Blessings to you, brother. But things we could do. We got to have control of our household before we start trying to introduce new things in our life. We got to make sure that our kids are okay or that they could work out their feelings too. And I know you might have to sacrifice some time dating, but it's DeLuLu logic to believe that you could be right out of a relationship. They see their daddy just left or their mama, and now you bringing a new person in and you think the kids is just going to be cool with it. There are plenty of things to do. As a mom, if you're a single mom, you know how to handle your kids and you know what you've built in your kids. Take that into account. Is this man going to be able to deal with how my kids act? And people be like, well, I ain't even dating for them to be around my kids. Cool. But let's say a year later and y'all getting serious. That gave you a whole year to prepare your kids. That's a soft launch for your kids. Brian say, me and my exes have a mutual respect for each other. So there are limits to the conversations we have. I don't share relationship issues with them, and I'm only an open ear to theirs. So I know what type of environment my child is going to be in. Shout out to you, Brian. Hey, that's what solid men do, bro. That's what solid men do. Focus on the kids, then look for another spouse. Simple said put. It's the only way to do it. Don't put the cart before the horse and expect to ride uphill. It's going to be a bumpy ride. At some point, though, you have to accept it. You do. You have to accept it and you have to move on. But if you wanted to sell a car, wouldn't you clean it up before you sold it? If you wanted to clean a car, if you wanted to sell a car, wouldn't you clean it up before you sold it? The moral to this entire video is you've got to heal before you deal. Don't allow your loneliness to lead you down the path of continuous relationships that don't work. All because you didn't take a little time out to say, you know what? I need a break. I'm going to make sure my kids is in order. I'm going to make sure my life is in order. I'm going to make sure my emotions are in order. And then I'm going to put myself back out there. Not a minute before. Brian said the sad part is too many parents refuse to be role models to their kids and rather be friends. The kids end up lacking respect for the parent they see acting like a peer. Juan said if you wanted that kind of weird comparison, but okay, I want to see that. But okay, I'll entertain it for sure. Sure, of course. Oh, what you talking about? The comparison about the dirty car? About you selling the car? It's the same thing. You sell a dirty car, you're going to get less money. I sold cars for a long time. You come into somebody's life and you ain't got your shit together, it's like trying to sell them a dirty car. You're going to attract less and you should expect less. Because you're presenting less to that person. It's hot. Hey, it is what it is. I'm a country boy at heart, even though I live in Chicago, grew up in Houston, and I always come up with sayings and comparisons for things because I think when you compare big issues to small, familiar things, they're much easier for people to comprehend. Hey, I'm your man, Uncle Rice. This has been DeLuLu Land Live. I want to thank everybody that came in. We're going to do this 5 days out the week. I appreciate y'all in abundance. And if you haven't followed the page, do so. Thank you to my man Juan, Justin, Donnie, Chelsea, my man Brian, Pauline. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody else in here. Let me make sure I ain't Gerald. I appreciate you, my man Justin. And if I did miss you, charge it to my head, not my heart, because I'm not going all the way back through an hour worth of comments. I appreciate all y'all in abundance. All my people over on YouTube, I appreciate y'all too. Enjoy your night. Be blessed. And just remember, if you had a shitty day, it gets greater later. But no more DeLuLu logic. Enjoy your night.